we can fix that.
All right, man. Hey, Damon, happy Monday to you, brother. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great, Kurt. Happy Monday to you.
Well, thank you very much, my friend. Are you in? I don't know. I think there's something going on this week. Is there not something at the end of the week? I'm not 100% sure. Is there something coming up?
I think so.
And is that a big? Are you ready? Are you ready for the holiday? Like everything wrapped, everything done, everything chopped? Done,
No, it's
packaged?
not wrapped.
You
It's
packed?
not wrapped, but it's all been in my possession for a while now.
Well, hey, dude, you're like 20 steps ahead of me. You got all your cookies baked and all that good stuff, right? So you're good there, right?
I actually I should show some pictures of that. I'll get it at the end because we did like 10 dozen sugar cookies this weekend.
So it was Cookie Palooza at the
Cookie Palooza, right? And it's just getting started. So
just getting this party started. So all right, man, Manufacturing Monday motivation. You talk about motivating this today, Damon. What a great way to close out the year because this is our last session. Yeah. And man, this is just we're gonna be rock and rolling. I've got two dear friends on stage today. This is just so awesome. So right below me is this wonderful person, Parinda. Parinda, happy Monday. How are you today?
I'm great. Thank you.
Thank you for joining us. And she comes from the great city of Chicago, and she has an amazing company. She's just this relentless entrepreneur. We're going to talk about McKlein, and she has been rocking it for many years, though she doesn't look like it. We have my other dear friend, Jaclyn. Jaclyn, you ready? You know, I got this locked down perfect, right? Kolodziej. So Jaclyn Kolodziej, there we go, from IMEC, the Illinois MEP, Manufacturing Extension Partnership. So, all right, Parinda, my first question for you that we'd love to kick off our program with, I'm coming at you first and foremost, being that you're a big time CEO. You know that? Damon, I'm a little intimidated right now. We've got this big CEO on stage here. So, Parinda, my question to you is, when you were a young person growing up, and you've had just this wonderful, adventurous life that you've lived, who was your hero growing up? Who was like the big influence, that big motivator to you? Who was your hero when you were a young person growing up?
My biggest hero is my father. So
nice.
So he's, has been working since he was very, very young, like 11 years old. So he's always my inspiration. So he just, helped me, guide me through, college to starting the business to every day until now. He still does. He's been in the same business as us, but doing a lot of mass produce, like mass merchant. So, and then he sent us to the state. We are from. I'm from Thailand.
Yep.
So he's been in the luggage business, making bags for, I think all my life, 40 years plus. He had a really a good vision, and he just work hard, provide for his family. Just has a lot of integrity and take care of his customer, and that's why I think he's
So he's your hero. And what's Dad's name?
TC.
All right. Well, hey, Damon and I are huge girl dads. And so, man, I couldn't love that answer more. So we send a big shout out to TC for raising such an amazing, incredible person as you, Parinda. So again, give a big shout out. Send our warm wishes to Dad on doing such a great job.
And today is his birthday. He's 72 years old.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? Damon's a great singer, and so Damon, you might have to sing "Happy Birthday" to TC.
Yeah.
What do you think?
So great.
Not okay.
Not
Well, maybe at the end. We'll save that.
Maybe at the end. Yeah.
We'll save that at the end because we don't want anybody to leave right now, right,
Sure.
Damon? So, all right, we'll hang on to that for a minute. But hey, happy birthday and sending best warm wishes to TC. And what we heard, just love it. Integrity, great work ethic, took care of his family, and so what an inspiration that is. Thank you for sharing that. Hey, Jaclyn, how are you today?
I'm doing lovely. How are you?
Well, you know what, Damon, Jaclyn is a repeat offender. How about that
Yes.
one? She's been on the
Yes.
program before. So Jaclyn, we dug into your hero last time. So I want to slide gears a little bit differently. So you work with IMEC, the MEP of Illinois, and you are, you're a marketing guru. You and I have connected from day one. I just really respect, admire your expertise. Share with the folks, what motivates you to deliver your superpowers and your passion for helping manufacturers with marketing? Just share, what's your motivation for helping manufacturers with marketing?
So I think my biggest motivation is it comes from the results. So after working with clients and seeing just the success of their marketing programs and helping give them some education and knowledge, get them off their feet, that's what kind of continues to motivate me to wake up every morning and do more. So it's not necessarily like something that I'm just like, oh, okay, my family motivates me or this, that, and the other. It's being able to connect with companies, with entrepreneurs, and help them just move to become even more successful than they already are.
Awesome.
Bringing out their best selves, right?
Yeah.
What an inspiration that is. And that's awesome. And that's what the MEPs, IMEC and your team, and we're going to dig deep into your team as we go through the program. Parinda, you've been an entrepreneur. You mentioned, Dad, TC, he's had this business for many, many years. You guys, and we're going to show some examples, guys, so you don't want to go anywhere.
Yeah.
He has amazing, incredible, dynamic briefcases, rolling briefcases, laptop bags, predominantly, a lot of women bags. And I'll tell you, she's doing just an incredible job. Now, Parinda, you mentioned college. I think Babson College. Is that where you went? Was Babson?
Yeah.
Okay.
Babson College. I graduated in 98.
Oh, gosh, 98. So when you graduate from college at 12 years old, that is just so impressive. You graduated at such a young age. And 25 years later, you're this relentless entrepreneur. Just share with the folks out there, maybe there's some aspiring, there's young folks maybe just coming out of college, or maybe there's corporate warriors that are thinking, man, I'd love to be an entrepreneur. Parinda, you've been an entrepreneur for 25 years. Just share a little bit of your journey, maybe some of the ups and downs. What's it been like for you being a business owner and entrepreneur, CEO of McKlein for the past 25 years?
Well, right off of college, we, start small. We have a, probably 5,000 square feet of warehouse.
Mm-hmm.
Along the way, my brother and I chat at Saetia. So he just, recent graduate. At that time as well, he's just a year older than me. So both of us, his expertise was marketing, and I am my degree was accounting and MIS, which is computer system. So I work on website, I work on accounting, stuff like that. And then so basically you have to have a great team, so me and my brother, so we start off hiring one person, and then we do picking and packing, and we start shipping, and at that time e-commerce was coming along, and I designed the website, even though it was just a simple HTML website, just work hard, and we go to attend business trade shows, and so that's how we get to know retail stores, and we exhibit every year, and so that's the travel good industry. So they focus on the luggage industry. So you have to find your niche on how do you get your customer. So that's where how we get our customer, by exhibiting. We ship our bags, and we just have a 10 by 10 booth, and just doing it for the last 25 years, but given the COVID, we didn't have the trade show for 2 years. But other than that, that's how we imagine Amazon came by in 2005, and I think Jeff Bezos was there, but then I don't recognize that. But my dad, he remember, because he always come with us, even though he doesn't speak English very well, but me and my brother, we take care of customer, we show our bags and stuff like that. So yeah, and every year, like you get new customers, whether it's a retailer or just e-commerce, companies, they just stop by and then like, who are you? And then we just kind of like start building the brand, like from there.
Okay, lots to uncover right there, man. I have like 4 questions. I won't fire all 4 of them at once, but I want to start with, what's fascinating in e-commerce. Like, so say if we're selling a commodity, okay, like, whatever, I'm selling this pen or, a can of Coke, whatever it might be, I don't have to be, I'm not the product expert, or I don't be, style guru. I'm just selling this commodity. For you, like, not only do you need to be the relentless entrepreneur, you need the guerrilla marketer, you also need to be like on the cutting edge of style. And, styles come and go and change. The technology has changed. And we're going to talk about, you have hundreds and probably thousands of 5-star reviews on your products, and people rant and rave on like how amazing your products are. Please dig into like, how do you appease your customers from a style standpoint, and how are you constantly changing with the times on technology? When laptops were new, or say tablets are new. Talk a little bit about the style side from your perspective.
Well, my brother, he loves like online shopping. So he's like, always like looking for new ideas, or basically him and my dad, like it's a family business. So, because we attend trade shows, we look at like how, the market is. We also like you can Google and bags idea and different like colors and, styles. But for me, like, I'm not a very, like, what do you say? Like, I'm not an artist, because, like I'm very, my game is accounting, and, so I'm kind of more,
You're more practical, right?
Yeah, I'm very practical. And my brother and my dad, they are like very, they have like great visions. And so that's
cool.
How we come up with like different design and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Well, and you can keep refining the performance of your products over time to make them better and better and better. And then when new products are designed, they can incorporate what already. So, and all the way through the manufacturing process.
Correct.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
So, Parinda, let's dig into e-commerce. So, you're at a trade show and Jeff Bezos was there. How cool is that? Now, I know you sell not only you sell to Amazon. Is that correct? Not just through Amazon. You sell to
them. Yes, we do that. And now we also sell to department store over the years. We sell to mass merchant like Costco, Macy's, and then we do a lot like, a lot of online business with major accounts such as Staples, Office Depot, Home Depot, Kohl's.
Right. Target as
well.
Yep. So, all right. So
nice.
You sold to like, the biggest of the, the biggest players on the market. And then you also do e-commerce where you sell direct to consumers. How challenging is it for a small business, small family operation to appease, these major Fortune, 100 companies, compared to like, trying to take care of, direct to consumer? How does that?
It's the design, we have a very, we have a patented design. So my brother and my dad, they came up with this like detachable bag. So it's, you can like take, like zip on and off, unbuckle them. You can, and then carry it with, on your shoulder, and you can roll. So at the same time, so it's kind of like a 2-in-1. So that's how we build our niche, our like uniqueness, because you have to have, something special, because otherwise then you're just another bag company.
Yeah.
So that's, because we're in Chicago, we see a lot of snow. So sometimes if it is snowing out or, raining and the pavement is wet and you don't want to be like rolling your bag, outside, you can actually, detach them, put your wheels in the trunk of your car, and then, put your bag on your shoulder and walk into a meeting. Very professional.
All right, so let's slide in here. So you decide that you need some, you want to start stepping up your e-commerce game, your online marketing game. You reach out to IMEC. So Jaclyn, my dear friend Kolodziej, let's talk about IMEC for a little bit. So again, you have a great background. I think like, man, recreation coordinator, you've been like a behavior specialist. Like, again, what I love about the MEPs is just like the walk of life, the amount of talent, skills, passion that someone like yourself that you bring to the MEP network. Just share with everybody out there that's not familiar with IMEC. Who and what is IMEC?
So IMEC is, like you had mentioned earlier, we are considered an MEP center. So the Manufacturing Excellence Partnership is a national federal organization, and then each state, as well as Puerto Rico, has its own MEP centers. So IMEC is Illinois' MEP center. So we are the Illinois Manufacturing Excellence Center. We have a group of industry improvement experts on my team. They're all amazing and wonderful. And our goal is to be able to reach the Illinois manufacturing community and ignite that manufacturing excellence for our state. So with that, we have all of these industry experts, whether it's operationally focused, leadership focused, growth and marketing focused, people focused. So really connecting with the manufacturing community in Illinois, figuring out and identifying what some of the goals are of the companies we're working with, or maybe some of their challenges, and pairing up our solutions with all of our improvement experts within the industry to really help guide them to the next step, reach their goals, achieve great results, and just keep continuing being dynamic and helping the Illinois manufacturers be even more dynamic.
That's awesome. And so again, I'm unable to mention everybody, but you have just a rock star team. Starts off with your fearless leader, the amazing, incredible Dr. David Boulay, Michelle Fawcett, Melissa Zerbo, Paula, Ray Zagano, John Azera, Cameron. Who else do I have? I've got, Megan, Eric, Mary, Noah. I've worked with Christy. Cameron was on our program just a couple weeks ago. Cassie. So, and that, boy, please forgive me if I'm leaving anybody out, but you have just an enormous amount of, really just a crazy wealth of talent on IMEC. Just share a little bit, like when somebody reaches out to you, like Parinda did, and Parinda, we're gonna talk about how you reach out to IMEC, but just Jaclyn, just talk a little bit about like your team, the talent, and just how when a client comes into the portfolio, how you help them.
Yeah, so structurally, if you're reaching out to us from our info@imec.org email, our marketing team fields those emails, identifies who you are, what your needs are, and then regionally, we have team members who are in charge of different territories throughout the state. And so from there, the connection is made between the regional manager and the client to build that relationship, get on a call, figure out who they are, what they need, and then how can we support them. So from a regional management level, the regional managers know all of the technical specialists, all of our services, and they're really that strategic guide, maybe like the tour guide, to figure out who to engage from our internal team to make those connections and get project work going for the clients. And aside from that, we have a team of partnerships like Kurt at B2B. So because there's only about 50 to 55 of us that are in charge of the whole state, we really rely on building those partnerships with different resources to reach as many clients and help them as possible. So that's kind of the gist. I think in 2021, we reached over 1,600 different manufacturers within Illinois. Our goal is to double that this coming year. Wow. And just really make those impacts.
Very ambitious. And I know, like, earlier when you were on the program back in May, we were working on the Grow Your Future program. And boy, you guys just absolutely crushed it, moved the needle. 127 different manufacturers. Damon, we had multiple of those folks on our program. So awesome. Jaclyn, our hats off to you, your entire team at IMEC. You guys are just doing amazing work, helping entrepreneurs, manufacturers in the great state of Illinois. And again, entrepreneurship, we talk about this probably every week, Damon. It's challenging, it's stressful, it's daunting. Parinda, what encouraged you, what enticed you to reach out to the team at IMEC?
Wow. The relationship goes like many, many, many years. Like the first time when I had heard of IMEC was, I think, 2015, when IMEC support like Illinois manufacturing. So and McKlein, we were at a point when so 2015 was 17 years ago. What? How many? 7 years ago. So at that time, we had been using QuickBooks, as a small company, and we were like struggling because my operation needs a next level, and IMEC came into the picture and gave us the grant on how to improve our operation to be able to, manage my distribution daily. So that's how we got to know them, and they help us guide with the grant, and we were able to upgrade to like SAP system, which is like, oh my God, for a small company like us, that's a game changer.
Yeah,
because QuickBook is not sophisticated enough for us to be able to manage inventory, to what else, like accounting system to run my reports and all that stuff. So just the day-to-day operation. So that's what IMEC help us with. So that's like in terms of software, training, implementing, and all that. And then every year there's always something. They always have some sort of program that can help us, like a small guys like us, to whether it's management, like be a better leader, and just like, and then marketing to help us with marketing leads, and with you guys, just like I want to know something about SEO, and I'm like now almost an expert.
Hey, that is awesome. So, all right, we're gonna dig into that. Damon, we got a couple of folks. Whitney's here today. She gives a shout out. She says, "Merry Christmas, Happy Monday." So, and then Rich says, hey, let's introduce the manufacturer and the product types, and we're going to do that exactly right now. And Whitney says, "Happy birthday to your dad."
Oh,
so
thank you.
Big birthday to TC today. So, all right, Parinda, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull up your website, and we're going to talk about a couple of different things. But let's go through like some of your product and what have you. So let's go there. How about we go there right now? Can you see? How's this look?
Yes.
Okay, so here we're on McKlein USA, and so Parinda, just kind of walk us through some of the changes that, I'm blown away. You've done an amazing job stepping up your game. Talk about the website a little bit, and let's talk about the product line, and just let's introduce everybody to what you have going on.
Sure. My website, McKleinUSA.com. We offer, business case, computer cases for women, for men, for business professional. We have over 80 different like unique design, and everything comes in many different multiple colors. And I, because of Kurt, he like helped me with like how I can speak to my soulmate, which is my consumers, Nicole.
Hey, Damon, and guess who? Hey, there she is right there. We did a buyer persona, and there's Nicole right there, if you guys can see that.
There we go.
So I'm like, hey, we might as well use Nicole Donnelly. Nicole was going to Europe. She's been traveling all over. And I was like, and she met Nicole at a couple different webinars that we did. And I'm like, man, I think you're soulmate. And guys, if you're new to that, we call those ideal buyers, those ICPs, soulmates. So, man, Parinda, I think you're doing a phenomenal job here of speaking to your soulmate. What do you guys think?
Yeah, thank you. So, basically my website was like kind of boring before. Now, because of Kurt, he wants me to speak directly to Nicole. So I try to kind of update and, less about me and like more about my customer, and like more just images and what else?
Yeah, I mean, this is just, you've done such an amazing job. It's, the categories are clean, they're organized, and just, this is just, boy, you've done an amazing job.
Oh yeah, videos too, on the front page.
Yep, right there. And there's your soulmate right there, right? And all right, so let's go here for a second, Parinda. We're like, all right, well, how do we know that soulmate? So guys, if you're out there, if you're an OEM like Parinda is, original equipment manufacturer, and you're manufacturing product, and encourage you, get on Amazon, get in those marketplaces. And we're like, hey, what are they saying? If we can't talk to everybody, boy, go to these reviews. Damon, check this out, man. She has thousands and thousands of 5-star reviews on all of her product line. This is just one product. Check this out. Beautiful bag. This is perfect. I've ordered it 3 times. Great rolling case, perfect for overnight travel, great look and durability. She, some of these she's selling a lot of product to Mexico. So a lot of these are coming in Spanish. Beautiful, polished, standout look, great lap, just, it goes on and on and on. And so, what we did is we were like, boy, our soulmate, that ideal client, is telling us the type of language that they're looking for. They're sharing what they're doing us a huge favor. What is important to them? Look at this. Huge compliments, easy for travel. And so, Parinda, what I really commend you is, now you've taken the verbiage that the folks are sharing on Amazon, and now you're speaking clearly and concisely to what they're, right here. So, security, with the bag, that was things, those were important that we saw in those reviews. And boy, I commend you. Great job here.
Oh, thank you.
Jaclyn, what's your take on this?
Well, I want all of it.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at. I'm like, yeah, there's some cool stuff in this.
So so anybody out there hasn't done your holiday shopping for the week, Jaclyn would love one of each. I know your spouse, your significant other would love to get a bunch of these. So man, these are just fantastic. Let me just go into some different styles here. Let's go in, what? And then I'm going to slide into keywords next. Okay. So she sells briefcases, and look at how, just look at how wonderful these look.
That's the problem with working with so many great manufacturers. My pockets are empty because I just want to buy everything.
Exactly. So this is, boy, I'm absolutely thrilled. So, all right, I'm going to come back to you guys. So Parinda, let's go here. So we talked, you were like, hey, I need some help with, SEO strategies. I want to dig into this. And so when we started uncovering things, all of a sudden we're like, man, Parinda, like you're on first page rankings on Google on numerous of your keywords, so
I did not know that though until you show me.
and the challenge is, if it's not a priority, you just might not know, where exactly what's going on there. And so what was fascinating is, as we dug in, we're like, hey, who's that ideal buyer? We're like, hey, here's Nicole. What's Nicole typing? What's her problem? What's her challenge? So we start doing some keywords, and all of a sudden I'm like, Damon, she's coming up first page on briefcase.
Wow.
Like this isn't niche, briefcases that are pink that I buy on Tuesdays.
Yeah.
This is like, she's coming up first page on briefcases, laptop bags with wheels. Parinda, just share a little bit, like what was some of the discovery that we were finding on
That's amazing.
That coming up on?
Well, you have shown me, like I could do more, but what I can do to improve my site is, I need to rename all my back end of the images. And also, you introduced me to SEO Yoast and trying to like the more the better. So a different strategy that you have shown me through the course. And I think those are the room for my improvement. And I can not just, some of them I could be on the second or third page. And that's, I can, once I make all those changes that you recommend, I can be on the first. Because, people if you're not on the first page, sometimes they just kind of that's it. They, once they click on Macy's and that, then it just, they lost McKlein now. So.
Right. And that's the thing is like, Damon, you're huge on talking about that social trust and social proof.
Mm-hmm.
And so, Parinda's on Shopify. And so, incredible, wonderful product line. And so, the challenge is if somebody's like, hey, I landed on Macy's, or hey, who's this McKlein? And I land on McKlein, do I know them? Do I trust them? Well, because thanks to like what her brother, her father, this amazing work that she's done through Amazon, there is that social trust. And so now what we were talking about, like, hey, let's pull those reviews onto the website, or, go back and forth between Amazon and her e-commerce store, and just really try to give that customer, that Nicole, that ideal client out there, that peace of mind that McKlein has been around for decades. They have quality, amazing, incredible product. Don't take our word for it. Here's tons and tons of reviews. But so Parinda, let's go here. So, with Shopify, you have an SEO tool. We mentioned SEO Yoast. So now you can go in and like optimize, make Google friendly those product pages. And now, like, I felt like once you started digging into it, like it was almost kind of like, I don't know if I go as far to call it fun, right? But now you understand it, and it is a little bit fun. And now you can take it on as a challenge of like, okay, how can I move up from now that I know that I'm ranking 15? So I'm just over on page 2. Now, if I start doing some work, I can move up on page 1. Just share like, what are some thoughts or strategies, goals for 2023 now that you're better equipped with SEO?
Yeah, I now since I know the tools, I have the tools to do them. I can start working with by categories. You're very organized. So I have the Google sheet that I can organize and, go from category to category, whether it's wheels, duffels, backpack, I can, I can improve on those keywords using the tools that, I have learned, which is the Yoast, and then just, plug it in, and little by little, it will be, I'll get them done.
Absolutely. And our friend Whitney says, man, they look so sophisticated, great for business travel for sure. And Rich asked a great question here. Rich, thanks for joining us today. Happy Monday. And guys, do me a favor, man, do yourself a favor, connect with Parinda here on LinkedIn, connect with Jaclyn, and you absolutely want to connect with the amazing team at IMEC. But he asks, hey, how do you feel McKlein ranks compared with luxury brands like Gucci, Coach, Louis Vuitton? What are your thoughts there? And back to the search standpoint, for a small company like McKlein, we're seeing from a search ranking and on Amazon, you absolutely can compete. But to answer Rich's question directly, how do you feel that you compare to some of these luxury brands?
Well, we don't, we are not a luxury brand. We are a middle type, like brand. For everyday person, like, you can, our price range is, no more than, it's about between 100 to 300 max. And, you get whether it's nylon material or leather material, you can get those quality, like business case on wheel for those prices.
Yeah.
So I do not compare myself to like a Gucci, because that will be like in thousands and thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
So
yep.
This is for everyday people. Working people.
And I think, you know what, and that's what's so important, Damon. We talk a lot about niching down,
knowing where you're at.
And Parinda, what I admire is like you guys know your niche, Nicole, that soulmate, and you stay in that lane. And so it's the practical, we're saying like, hey, is it that working professional mom, maybe they're a pharmaceutical rep, maybe they're in finance or whatever their position is. They do a fair amount of traveling, and, they want to look good without spending a fortune because like they have other priorities. And like, so your style, your affordability. And again, when we checked out those reviews, that's exactly what those soulmates are saying in those reviews. Great value, perfect for travel, stylish, fits in my overhead bin. And you're really crushing it with the wheels, right? When we saw those keywords, you are just time and time again. So a great message for anybody out there is like, what she's done, like, hey, though she's coming up on first page or like rated, it was like top of second, bottom of first, like she was flirting back and forth, like that 9-10 position, Damon. But, as you guys go out there, niche down, find that lane, find what you're best at. But you, from a search standpoint, you're competing with major players, right? Like we saw you coming up over and over, right, Parinda?
Yes.
Okay. So as we dig in, Jaclyn, I want to come back to you. Again, we talked about, so today we're talking about SEO, marketing services. That's your superpower. Parinda, you talked about great experience with SAP installation, accounting. Jaclyn, just talk a little bit about operational excellence, leadership, just like some of the other things as folks are out there hey, for a New Year's resolution, I want to step up my game. What are some of the other things? And I've dropped the IMEC website into the chat box. What are some other things that folks can count on for IMEC coming into the new year?
Right. So a lot of times when we engage with a client about one thing, they just think we do the one thing, right?
Yeah.
And so they hear about all of our different, our service framework and our offerings, then the comment comes after, oh, you do all of that? It's like, yes, we can. So from an operations standpoint, our team of experts works with clients through Kaizen events, different lean manufacturing, simulation workshops, getting in and doing kind of lean manufacturing audits, 5S for the clients. If you're looking for an ISO certification, come to us. We'll be able to help you work through getting the ISO certifications, which are somewhat daunting at times and a lot of work and a lot of information, safety assessments and audits and implementation. So operationally, if you feel like, it's time to step up your game in that regard for 2023, we are definitely a great resource for you to do that. Leadership stuff. So we do a lot of different leadership services. If you're looking for succession planning, what your next step is with your business, that's a great thing to start thinking about, regardless of if you're looking to sell your business or hand it to your next generation. Strategic planning, strategic business planning and models. Growth. So we talk about growth and marketing. We do SEOs, websites, social media, packages and programs. And then people. I know in the past few years, the buzzwords have been, talent, attraction, and retention.
Right.
How do we get people? And so we come in with different talent and retention services, employee engagement surveys. So the whole gamut. And if there's something that we don't do ourselves, our team of experts can guide you to figure out, and our connections, who to connect you to so that you can achieve an amazing 2023.
That is phenomenal. Little mic drop moment right there, Jaclyn. So just bam.
I'll use my pen.
Use your pen.
There you go.
Hey, guys,
there we go.
Pen. So Jaclyn, let's go here. I know all the cool kids are reaching out to their MEP, and you just shared, what makes the IMEC so awesome. Now, another thing for folks out there to think about, grant funds. Now you have a couple exciting grant programs going on at IMEC. And if you're coming to us from a different state or you're catching this on replay, boy, reach out to your local MEP, whatever state you're in. Parinda is just sharing a wealth of excitement that she's experienced working with her local MEP. Jaclyn, you have a couple grant programs. Can you just share how, what those are, what those look like, and things that folks could be looking forward to in 2023?
Yeah, absolutely. So for those of you out of Illinois, outside of Illinois, if you're looking for your MEP center, you can go to nist.gov/MEP. On that website, you just click on the link to say, find my local MEP, and they'll get you connected. For IMEC and our grant programs this year, we always have an opportunity to run really amazing grant programs. And so since August and for the next few years, we'll be running the Cook County Manufacturing Reinvented Grant Program and then the Advanced McHenry County Grant Program too. So we were able to team up with Cook County specific as well as McHenry County specific and have just this really nice selection of different types of services, very similar to what I recently talked about with operations, leadership, growth, and people. For the client, for the manufacturer in Illinois, you come to our website, you fill out the application, and you identify how your business has been impacted as a result of COVID. And from there, you're able to select probably at least 20 different types of programs and projects. And so based on what your needs are and what you're interested in, you can select the program that you want, or you can consult with us and we can help you select the program. And all of it is free of cost to the client, which is amazing. So small, medium-sized manufacturers who think they need some help and can't necessarily afford it right away, this is a great opportunity, and it doesn't hurt to apply.
Well, what was that word? I didn't catch that.
Oh, your favorite word? Free.
Yeah. Thank you. I wasn't,
Free.
Damon, I'm on the cheap side, so I did hear free. And hey, I want to be mindful of everybody's time, but before we're going to start winding down here. Rich, thank you, man. Thank you for joining us today. I love the idea of helping manufacturers be able to go from B2B or job shop of work to be able to go to retail. It does open a whole new can of headaches though. Can you talk about that dynamic? So Rich, I'll jump in there first. So man, let me pause on that. There we go. I love that question, Rich. As a matter of fact, I would love, if you want to, Damon and I, we could take this offline. But what we do, hey, Damon, I think my mom says there's this great little book out there, right? Called Stop Being Top Secret. So
I've heard of it.
I've heard of it. So anyway, hey, there it is, Damon. Look at that book. So, hey, Parinda, you got a copy of that recently, didn't you?
So, here.
Hey, Parinda, that was my birthday. Hey, that's my birthday gift to TC. So tell him my Christmas.
I'll share with him.
My Christmas gift, birthday gift. But I'll share this real quick, Jaclyn. If you want to chime in, Damon, if you want to chime in, for custom job shop manufacturers, a little different than Parinda. Parinda has that. She's an OEM. She has her product line that her brother, dad have been knocking down for decades. The job shop out there, that custom manufacturer, they feel left out of that e-commerce party. However, that job shop, that custom manufacturer has a proprietary process.
Yep.
That proprietary process, say that 5 times fast, is where your e-commerce opportunity falls. And that's, we do a lot of webinars, workshop trainings, all sorts of fun things, one-on-ones on exactly how to get into that e-commerce party for job shops and for custom manufacturers. We do it with and through the MEP network. So whatever state you're coming from. But Rich, I'd love to connect with you. We'll take that another step further. Damon, Jaclyn, anything that you guys want to piggyback on that with?
Well, I think it is. There are a lot of different dynamics when you try to do that, right? Because the primary one is if you're going to go direct B2C from a job shop kind of thing is, how do I go from shipping palletized orders B2B to individual orders that get, not only it's an individual order, but it gets delivered to someone's home or place of business. And it has to arrive there without damage. It has to arrive there with a lot more consistent communication. You got to be able to, it's a whole different thing than if you're sending things truckload or less than truckload quantities.
Hey, you know what, Damon? I think so. Damon has a LinkedIn live show. It's called Faces of Business. And Damon, I think you have some goofy looking guy that's your guest tomorrow night. Yeah, I think we might hit that.
We definitely could hit that one.
So, all right, guys, we'll dig deeper in that conversation tomorrow. Jaclyn, any comments that you have on that topic?
Oh, obviously with B2B and B2C is a little different dynamics, but if you're looking to go from B2B to B2C, I'm getting my words twisted now, say that fast. Right. Market research, product development, figuring out maybe what that next step is to utilize what equipment you have in-house, where you can go next is a good kind of game plan. Obviously, building out your marketing communications program when you are, connecting to different customers and consumers. Logistically speaking, how do you scale and switch your operations to be able to hit 2 different lanes with the same facility and structure and things like that. So there's a lot to consider. It's a lot to take on, especially if you are smaller, but working to build out what that plan is, that next step, and then how do you scale accordingly by way of making your business without breaking your business is something that we'll definitely always be happy to help you work through. Another mic drop.
Jaclyn, drop that pen again, will you please? We're gonna be breaking our pens here today. Man, that was so phenomenal. That was like spot on. And so let's go here, Parinda. You are in the B2B, B2C space, Damon. We've worked with numerous, I'm thinking of numerous companies that we work with that are in that B2B. But so when we say retail, right, that retail could still be a B2B end user. It's not necessarily like, going to somebody's home. Parinda, you're selling to, you mentioned Amazon, Target, Staples, the who's who, the coveted major retailers, plus you're selling to consumers. So you're in that B2B, B2C space. What advice, suggestions do you have for Rich or for anybody out there that's looking to tackle both?
We already have the logistic, so because
Yep.
we are a distribution center, so
Yep.
we already shipping on behalf of Macy's and the big guys.
Yep.
So it's not that difficult to, directly to consumer. It's just a little bit more detail, a little bit more, work on, learning how to like speak directly to the consumer, because now you're going to be like, oh, where's my shipment? And where, so it's just, I think it's doable.
Right. I'll tell you, and the software, we just showed that, Parinda has an amazing website. If you missed it, please hit rewind and just, mind blowing. God, Parinda, I'm so like a proud uncle right now. I'm just so thrilled of what you've done, the work that you've done, but great website. You're on Shopify, man, super inexpensive. Yeah. So if you're a manufacturer, you want to tip your toe in e-commerce, there's all sorts of like software tools, resources, for shipping, you have, ShipStation. There's all sorts of things that you can do to make your, 20 years ago, much different animal today. A lot of tools, a lot of resources. You have the MEP network. There's all sorts of guides that can help navigate. Parinda, I want to be mindful of time, man. I'm keeping us over right now. So let's start winding down. What are you excited about for 2023 for you, your brother, dad, coming into the new year? What are you looking forward to? Some goals? What's exciting in the new year?
Well, we just introduced a whole bunch of like new items, and with all the things that I have learned on, SEO and on the back end. And, I think it's so much more to do and to, tackle the brand and to build on it. And yeah, I think there's so much to be happy about.
Absolutely. A lot, it's, I can remember, I had my e-commerce business 100 years ago, and, I'm like, man, have I done everything? But then when all of a sudden you're like, boy, like it's endless. And if you can, reduce, don't get overwhelmed of like how much there is to do. Yeah. But boy, when you think about there's so much upside potential and you stay half full, there's just so much to look forward to as an entrepreneur, because it is daunting. It does get challenging. So Parinda, you reach out to IMEC, to your friends, family, your sister's dog, anybody out there. Do you recommend the amazing, incredible team at IMEC? Would you recommend that these other entrepreneurs out there reach out to our Jaclyn and the Rockstar team at IMEC?
100%. So they are here to like help. And I think I have learned so much, with this program, with you guys. A really great like program to if you want to do e-commerce, definitely, hook up with Kurt and Damon. So.
Well, thank you. Okay, we're going to wind down. I have one last question for you too, Jaclyn. Are you sitting down for this one? All right. She's like, oh man, you're going to throw it's not a curveball. It's an easy. All right. So man, we talked about it's TC's birthday. Damon, are you ready to sing yet? Are we going to sing? How about TC, dude, we wish you an amazing, wonderful birthday. And you mentioned that dad's not, English, you translate that for us, right?
Yeah.
Translate happy birthday to dad. We tell him we wish him many, many more. Thank him for just what a joy and pleasure that you are. Parinda, I asked, what are you excited about? I'm going to twist the question a little bit. I'm going to talk about inspiration. Dad was your hero growing up. coming into the new year, I can't believe it's 2023. Like we're going to be 3 years into COVID already, right? I mean, did that just go by like that or what?
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about inspiration. What is your inspiration coming into the new year? Who or what is your inspiration, Parinda?
Oh wow. Well, I mean, this new year, everybody's gonna start traveling. So everyone,
Great answer.
so everyone's gonna be, needing the bags, and I think we have so much to look forward to. Everybody's traveling. Everybody is, going on vacation, going to meet clients. So I think they're gonna need bags, and
right.
Go visit McKleinUSA.com.
Good
Boy,
stuff.
your demeanor completely changed, dude. Parinda, do me a favor, drop the pen, will you? That was like what an answer that was. We haven't had one like that. Traveling,
Yeah.
How exciting is that? Is that we can finally get out there? Damon, we were showing pictures before. I came out to visit you in Seattle, and business travel, personal travel. So guys, if you want to look stylish, if you want to look amazing, boy, check out McKlein. Super. Nobody wants to be like that awkward bag falling, everything falling out of the bag at the airport. So Jaclyn, I'm coming at you with the same question. Wonderful traveling. You're going to be traveling over the holiday. You just came off of traveling. So you're taking Parinda's advice. What inspiration for you coming into the new year? How are you feeling? What are you thinking? What's your inspiration coming into 2023?
Well, I've done a little bit of reflecting, and I realized that with COVID, lasting 3 years, and hopefully we can see that next transition into some normalcy. But I really just I'm inspired by people and connecting with people. And so I really want to be more intentional in 2023 on how to connect. And I've been practicing that because I gave Kurt a phone call instead of sending him an email.
You made my day. It's like, Damon, Damon, we're old enough. Like, we're the old guys in the room. Do you remember like when people would actually physically pick up a phone and call? Remember those days?
Yeah, that happens once in a while now, but not nearly as often as it would.
Last week I looked down, my phone's ringing, and I'm like if my phone rings today, I'm like, something happened. Like somebody's in trouble, somebody's sick, or something bad has happened. I look down and it's Jaclyn. I'm like, hey, Jaclyn. And I'm like, you totally made my day. So Jaclyn, you call me anytime. I love our working relationship. You and I've worked on multiple projects together. You're a gift. You're a blessing to IMEC. And so, all right, we'll wind down and wrap up. Parinda, all right, everybody out there, man, we went much longer than I anticipated. If you've been sitting down, why don't you stand up? Let's give Parinda, let's give Jaclyn a big round of applause for being just amazing, wonderful entrepreneurs, fearless, relentless, and just such an inspiration. Man, Damon, was this a great conversation?
Awesome.
Dude, are you fired up for 2023 or just like, oh my
Every
God.
day.
It's like running. Parinda, you got me so fired up. I'm ready.
Monday motivation.
That's right. We're ready. I'm ready to run through a wall. It's like we just got out of football practice or something here. So, Parinda, thank you. We salute you, your brother, your dad, for all the great product. And just think of those thousands and thousands of reviews. Damon, we were like, if you go to a restaurant and have a bad experience, you're going to share that. But if you go to a restaurant and have a good experience, you're less likely to share it.
Mm-hmm.
Parinda has thousands and thousands and thousands of people that are not only taking the time to type about her product, they're taking pictures of her product, showing her pictures, showing them with her product. They're just so proud. And so, Parinda, just look at the lives that you're changing, the impact that you're having, how you're making the world a better place. And so thank you for that. Jaclyn, thank you for all the great work and the friendship and support. Appreciate you. We shout out to our friends at IMEC. We're going to wind down. Damon, it's our last show for the year, dude.
I know.
I'm like a little choked up. So, hey, I wish everybody an amazing, incredible, magic holiday season. Whatever holiday you celebrate, boy, just spend it with family, be generous, give more, just learn, love, just be kind, gracious, and just embrace every minute. So, Damon, any words of wisdom to part us out with?
No.
Perfect. All right. Parinda, Jaclyn, hang out with us for 1 second. We're going to close out the program. Guys, God bless everybody.
Thank
Happy
you, everyone.
holidays. Merry
Been a
Christmas.
great year.
Happy New Year. Whatever you celebrate. Happy Hanukkah. And just, boy, we send you the best. So, guys, thank you. Thank you. And we're ending the broadcast now. See you next year.